Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to try to define the term, quote unquote, a housing recession. Good day. My name is SeeWing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. Before I will attempt to define this term, I want to share with you that I have been a real estate consultant for almost 20 years. And over the 20 years, I have entered and exited many real estate markets throughout the country. Furthermore, I have assisted and guided thousands of real estate investors, many of them from California, to buy investment properties in many markets in the country, mostly in the South and Southeast. But over the years, we have entered many markets such as in the Sunbelt Western region, the Pacific Northwest, not the Northeast, but the Midwest, many areas in the Midwest, and in particular, South and Southeast. So many hot markets: Boise, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Orlando, Austin, Texas, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Central Florida, Tampa, along the Gulf Coast of Florida, and North Carolina, Raleigh, Charlotte, many other hot markets over the years, and help our investors to buy cash flow properties, mostly turnkey types, mom and pop investors into buy multiple properties and achieve retirement. So having said that, and of course, I understand with investing. I have many properties myself, and I'm an educator. I'm a coach, a wealth advisor to many folks over many years. So I help a lot of people. Anyway, the bottom line is, I want to be really honest with you. Just recently, maybe a few weeks ago, suddenly I heard the term, quote unquote, housing recession. Listen up. I have never heard this word. We all heard of recession. Yeah, recession is an economic term whereby you have two consecutive periods of GDP downward trend or something like that. Even I don't understand the pure technical definition of a recession. I mean, I know we have several recessions over the past 40 years. The greatest recession in 2008, the recession. And there are some few minor recessions, very minor, mild recession back in the early 2000s and back in 1990s and 1980s. I said very mild. But all of a sudden, I'm beginning to hear the term from the YouTube channels and from the news media of quote unquote housing recession. What in the heck does that mean? Who made up this word? Are they trying to scare people? Or they try to like create a doom and gloom situation? I mean, the world's coming to an end. Really, housing recession. Everything's gonna crash. 80% reduction of in housing prices. Come on, be smart. Housing recession. Housing recession is a new word. I never heard of it. It's not even a dictionary. People just made it up just to have a talking point. The YouTube video clickbait types. And also the national news media, they use this fancy, exaggerated term just to, promote their channel, promote their video, promote their news articles. And, there will be more of these vocabularies come out of the woodwork. I mean, anyway, housing recession could be what? Less sales or market correcting, or the price of homes going down, or price of home going up. What the heck does it mean, housing recession? All right. So I don't know. And I've been doing real estate longer than most people out there, right? Many years of successful investing in guiding thousands of successful mom and pop real estate investors for many years, and have just recently I've heard the word housing recession. That's mind-boggling. Some of these fancy words are created out there at the spur of the moment and try to create scary headlines or whatever. Okay, so right now, yes, we're going through some, some reset. Yeah, supply of homes are still at a historical low, and the demand, at least temporarily, has decreased based on the modest interest rate increase from 3 to 6% in the past few months. Yes, I get it, right? People in a panic mode and all that stuff, but that's good and bad, right? There's a winner and there's a loser in any real estate cycle. Right now, there's a temporary cycle, skyrocketing home prices in the last few years, and then modest interest rate, 5.5% is not gonna kill the economy. 5.5% interest rate is historically low compared to history. If you remember back in 1980s, interest rate were 18%. So you think 5.5 to 6% is high right now? 18% is even higher. So until, I know some people are predicting a recession is already here. Some people predict a recession will happen in this year or next year. Who knows? But at the end of the day, right, there's a lot of real estate activities. There are buying and selling. There are real estate investors continue to buy because the yield and return makes sense to them today, right now. There are primary home buyers. Some are buying, many are not buying. So I know it's confusing. The real estate market is very confusing, and to the uninformed, you're being overwhelmed, paralyzed, and just panic, whatever happens out there. But in the end, we're going through a cycle. The good part of it is that there are skyrocketing rents. If you're a real estate investor, you could expect your rent on as a landlord, if you're a landlord real estate investor, right? The skyrocketing of rents will help you achieve higher cash flow than normal, right? And so if you find some good opportunities in a crisis, as a real estate investor, you will do fine right now, right? You have to know what to look for, where to find it, right? And if you are a primary home buyer, if you qualify, you can still buy at 20% down, buy a primary home. Good thing there are no more multiple bidding going on, right? And you're able to buy a home without overbidding, without there's a lot of more inventory out there for you to choose right now, at least right now. So who knows what's going to happen in the future, but the future could be bright. Again, the recap is we have historically low inventory still, and the demand is fairly high. Right now, it's not that high because of the people freaking out over the sudden rise in interest rate from 3 to 6%. I get it, but over time, things will work itself out. So again, housing recession is a over-exaggerated term. I'm here to just to spin it in a way that people should not take this new terminology as a doom and gloom scenario and just paralyze everybody with fear and all that stuff. Right? That's all I wanted to say on this particular short presentation. Housing recession is good and bad. It's not the end of the world. Thank you so much for listening. This is SeeWing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.